Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm Vicky Igbokwe-Ozoagu, your Lighter Leadership Coach, and welcome to the Lighter Leadership Podcast, where we explore leadership that doesn't cost you yourself. So, something that came up in a recent coaching conversation has really stayed with me, and of course, I want to share it with you. What started out as looking like a confidence challenge, things like being able to speak up in the moment, holding your position or perspective, and sharing your opinions clearly without fear. Well, in this conversation that I was having with my client, what slowly became apparent was something much more deeper. Because actually, the conversation and what they were experiencing wasn't really about confidence. It was about safety. You see, over time, through a combination of personal and professional experiences, this wonderful, phenomenal, incredible leader had learnt to keep their head down, avoid attention, and minimize their presence, which absolutely had nothing to do with their capability, by the way, and everything to do with the fact that it felt safer to minimize herself. It felt safer to not show up. It felt safer to not be in their full brilliance because the environments that they were once in were not safe to do that. And the thing that I want you to recognize, to reflect on, to hear in this conversation we're having is that when minimizing yourself, when making yourself small, when shrinking yourself becomes a long-term pattern, something shifts. But the shift is not just in how you behave, it's also in how you see yourself. So when moments arise where something needs to be said, hesitation appears for you. And you might think or even tell yourself it's because you don't know what to say. When actually, one, we both know you do know what to say. And two, I want to share with you that it's actually because there's something else happening underneath the surface. And what's happening underneath the surface for you is you're asking yourself, is it safe? Am I safe? Now, this distinction, this reflection, this perspective really matters because generally you can often reduce these experiences to your confidence or lack thereof, right? And as though, the answer, because I can hear you saying it to yourself, well, I just need to be bolder. I just need to speak louder. I just need to believe in myself more, which, don't get me wrong, is a part of it. And also, it's not the full picture. Because sometimes your nervous system has learnt something very different. And that is that visibility comes with risk and being fully seen, with questions around can you lead, facing potential criticism, rejection, or even harm. Which means the work for you is not always becoming louder. Sometimes the work for you is about rebuilding safety, self-trust, and returning to yourself without forcing a performance. So the thing I'm sharing with you is this. When you're experiencing this, it's not always a confidence issue. Sometimes your nervous system has learned that visibility comes with risk. So today I'm encouraging you to take 5 minutes to sit with this reflection and ask yourself this question. Where have I learned to minimize myself in order to feel safe? Yeah, this is the question I want you to ask yourself. Where have I learned to minimize myself in order to feel safe? And I really want you to allow yourself the space and the time to explore this. Because this is the work, this is the important work that unfortunately moves way down your to-do list and sometimes doesn't even make it onto it. Now, if you want some space to reconnect with yourself, to figure out where the pressure is coming in your leadership, the lighter leadership reset is open. It's 30 minutes of protected thinking time, dreaming time, silent time, quiet time, journaling time. You can make it what you need it to be in that moment. It takes place monthly. So, what you can do is check the show notes, and there you'll find the next available date. The thing that I want to remind you before we part for the day is this: your leadership shouldn't cost you yourself. Lots of love. Bye.